Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Tacoma, Washington, home of the famous Glass Museum, for tonight's SFLm action. We're just a little over 30 miles away from Seattle to watch the Madison Lynx come to town to take on the Tacoma Grizzlies. I'm Jack Brown alongside Ryan Yosef, Robert Johnson holding us down in the stats truck, and, well, Ryan, we got an interesting game here tonight. Tacoma lost week one, took the week off, but now they're debuting Johnny Reno at quarterback. Should be a very interesting game.
I want to speak to a little bit about what I'm excited about here tonight. We actually have a face-off on the outside between two towers. At wide receiver, at cornerback for Tacoma is James Troll the second at 6'4", 220. And at wide receiver for Madison when they need to pass, Maximum Blue, 6'4", 215.
Oh, that's going to be a very interesting clash to watch tonight. Of course, we also got some very high-quality running talent here. Tacoma running out there with Brad Jones. Meanwhile, Madison has Charlie Beletsky.
It is going to be a game that's probably decided in the trenches, as both teams in the past, or at least when they played in the past 2 weeks, have shown a preference to running the football.
Well, the ball here is on the tee, and we are underway here in Tacoma. Kick sails long. It's going to be fielded around the 10 by Madison. Going to take it around to the outside, and it's going to be down at the 30-yard line. That's going to set up for Eric Price and company to come out for their first drive of the night.
I have to expect to see them establish a run today, the Lynx, as they want to get off to a good start with really a tough beat-em-up game last week with a 10-12 result in favor of Madison.
Madison, they're going to run under center. Looks to be an ace formation. 2 wide receivers, only 1 man in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Beletsky to start the game, and Beletsky gains 4 yards. You know, as you mentioned, so far this Madison offense has not been off to the hottest start. Only 22 points through 2 games, but hey, a win's still a win from last week.
Yeah, you can't sell the Madison defense short when they're holding the opponents to under 12 points themselves. It's keeping them in the game.
Second down and 6 for Madison. Gonna go in the I form. Handoff once again to Beletsky. And Beletsky is gonna be stuffed right there at the line, not given another inch.
The Grizzlies fill the box and actually move their linebacking core right into the gap that the Lynx want to run. Not getting much room. It's going to set up a relatively 3rd and long for a team that wants to run the ball. We may see some outside work get done.
They're going to go into the empty set, 3 wide to the top of your screen. Price is going to long haul it. He gets his man, and there's no one around him. First drive of the game. Touchdown, Madison Lynx.
K. Marion, unblocked, unguarded, unprotected, over the top, unmatched as he makes his way to the end zone, setting a great tempo for Madison in this first quarter.
I really don't know what could have been better for Madison from that drive. Easy 2 plays running up the middle, then just throw it deep. It's the most basic of football play calling.
Cornerback completely out of position, having to play from behind on that play. No chance to catch him. Great start for Madison. Exactly how you draw it up back in the locker room.
Baumgartner now out to attempt the extra point to put Madison up 7-0 with just a little, and we're only a little over a minute into the game, folks. Snap is a little bit low, but the kick is on its way, and it is through. Madison. We're not even 100 seconds into the game, and they're already up by 7.
It's a great start. What can you say? You can't complain when you gather all those yards all at the same time. I think we have more yards than we have seconds almost.
But now Baumgartner set to kick it right back to Tacoma. Kick is away, and it's going to be fielded a little bit before the 10-yard line. Going to take it past the 20, almost to the 30. They're going to mark him down at the 29-yard line. Now for the more interesting part of the two, Johnny Reno set to make his SFLm debut on this next play.
He has to come in with poise, set the tempo. He's got some good height to him to be able to see over the line. We'll see what kind of an SFM player he is.
They're going to run with only one man in the backfield. 3 wide receivers towards the bottom of your screen. Reno drops back to attempt his first pass of his career, and it's tipped. Nearly intercepted. I think the ground saved Johnny Reno from throwing his first interception on his first pass attempt.
It would have been a terrible way to start, but number 42 gets out there, gets up high, knocks it down. He's got to put a little more touch on it, throw it over the top. Maybe lean back a little bit. Normally we don't say that when we watch these games. Normally when we see a quarterback leaning back, he's in trouble. But in this case, a little more touch would have gone a long way.
2nd and 10 after that incompletion from Johnny Reno. Reno takes a short drop. Reno finds his man on the flat, and he sheds a man almost. Gets to the outside, nearly a first down. Excellent catch there by Chris Lee.
Chris Lee makes his presence felt, works the outside of the field, doesn't quite have enough room to turn it up, but I expect to see him breaking tackles all day today. So if he can get it out wide, get him a little room, he could get loose.
3rd and 2, wouldn't be surprised to see a handoff to Brad Jones. An offset eye, and no, it's going to be a play-action play, but they're going to throw it right to Brad Jones anyway, and he's going to gain a few more yards than necessary to pick up the first down.
It's almost like the Madison defense there was afraid of the pass. Had they just run, it would have been wide open underneath. But we find in this case, Brad Jones wide right underneath the linebackers. He gets them the first down, gets the easy yards, so they find himself at the 44.
Could only run with Brad Jones in the backfield. 4 wide receivers, 4 passing options for Johnny Reno. Reno selects his man, fires away. Once again, Chris Lee with his 2nd reception of the day already.
Cornerback there giving him plenty of room. Playing a little soft defense, takes the easy out, grabs the easy yards. Nice. This time we get a chance to see the soft touch on Reno. As he dumps it out there, they set up 2nd down.
Ball's right at midfield. Once again, the 3 wide receivers to the bottom. Reno going to make some adjustments at the line. Reno, pockets collapsing, and that was a tip by a D lineman. Oh, what an excellent play by number 90 for Madison, Justin Marland.
That was a great inside play. What I think is interesting is we've seen up until this point, at least, the line hold strong all game, but it almost evaporated there. Reno getting rid of the football just in time. I want to say it looked like he might have been trying to set up a screen, but you can't let all those jerseys through. Those are the bad guys.
That'll bring up 3rd and short. Really, the playbook's pretty much wide open now. 4 yards to gain. You can do pretty much whatever you want. They're going to go into the I form. Reno under center. Reno, short drop. Reno going over the middle, and he's going to find his man in a swarm of Madison Lynx jerseys.
Tacoma there actually sets up with 2 tight ends to the left and then works all the tight ends across the formation to the right while putting Brad Jones out left. Put the linebackers in a tough spot.
Split back formation on 1st and 10. Reno has time, throws it deep, and he finds his man, taking it down to the 5. What an amazing play by number 82.
I feel like he actually heard me earlier, I'm not going to lie, because the touch on that ball to drop it in the bucket over number 27, Ulysses Yale, finds the soft spot in the zone, sets him up with great field position, 1st and goal as they try to respond to Madison.
Reception was made there by Mitchell Simpson, and as you said, it's 1st and goal now for Tacoma. Simple handoff to Brad Jones, but Brad Jones going to get stuffed at the line. Going to bring up 2nd and goal.
Tacoma pulls the defense in tight, and Madison responds appropriately by just rushing everybody to shut down a simple run right up the middle. Catches him for a loss, actually.
Taylor Colmer was the man on the tackle. Reno dropping back, throws it over the middle, And that's just going to be dropped by his receiver.
73, Elvis Lacoste? That man is a tackle. Is that the... Did I read that correctly?
It appears you have Elvis
No
Lacoste.
wonder. No wonder brother's got he's got stone hands. I don't know if he signed up for that secret play. They practiced it all week, just couldn't pull it together.
3rd and goal, shotgun split back. Tacoma really likes running this formation. Reno bides his time, pocket collapsing over the middle, and Madison able to hold off the Tacoma attack, and they're going to force them to trot out the kicker.
That really was a good play for Julian Valliere to where earlier he gave up the long pass. He's able to stuff him here on 3rd down, force a likely field goal, and step up on behalf of his team.
Lance Barber out to bring this game to 4. Kick is away, and it is through for 3. Lance Barber puts Tacoma on the board. And Ryan, 2 drives, and both of them have been scoring drives with big plays as well.
This is exciting Miners football. This is what we show up for on Friday nights. Where else would you be? What else would you do? You got to watch this. Show up, see the young guns get a chance to set their legacy as they're looking even to move up in this rookie draft.
Kick is away from Barber. Going to be taken a little bit past the 10-yard line. Madison, they're going to mark him down at the 27-yard line. So for Madison, after that huge statement drive from the touchdown reception from K. Marion, what do you think they're going to do now?
I have to think there's a good reason to try to start to control this clock a little bit with a few more runs from the Lynx. They actually have a pair in the backfield, which is one of the few SFLm teams that does.
Well, they're going to throw the first play, and Eric Price hooks up with his man. I think that's Randy Pierce. No, actually, it looks to be another one of the tackles, number 61, making the reception.
Hey, that tackle trying to show up the other one. It should be interesting to see if this turns into a development over the course of the game.
Shotgun split back for Madison is the formation. Simple handoff as he runs to the outside. No yards gained from Charlie Boletsky.
It's a tough piece for the running back there, Boletsky, as he can't get the edge. The corners there are playing back about 8 yards, respecting the pass. If he can just hit that edge, he's got plenty of green in front of him, but a nice wrap up by the outside linebacker there by the Grizzlies.
Brian Brand was the one on the tackle. Price going to drop back, finds his man over the middle. What an excellent little throw and catch. I think that was K. Marion on the reception.
85 yards on the day, only 2 receptions. Those are the kind of stats you want if you're Eric Price trying to establish his offense here early in the first quarter. Not the defense having a tough time keeping up with him again. Number 27 playing from behind. In this case, it's R.D. Smith.
They're going to spot the ball at the midfield. Eric Price going to go under center. Handing off to Boletsky, and Boletsky charges through the first layer. Not going to get past the second, though. Still an excellent run. Tackle made by Blake Prime.
Prime steps up into the void that's created by the blocking scheme for the Lynx. After he grabs 4 yards, I actually like the hit delivered by Prime, their strong safety, in order to shut down that run where it was at.
Yeah, in a pinch, a good safety can also step up to be a linebacker. Price dropping back, goes over to the flats. That's going to be dropped. Dropped by Maximus Blue.
Just felt like he got tangled up. His legs got tangled up, turned around, didn't watch the ball in. In that case, a drop probably isn't the biggest deal in the world because he's wrapped up and taken down anyway. But again, we see Madison working the edges on this Grizzlies defense.
3rd down and 6. Playbook's pretty much open. You can do whatever you want with it. Price takes a massive drop back, throws it over, and once again, a massive throw. Touchdown, Madison Link.
Hugh McClendley just gets clean off the line, moves away from the corner. In this case, I can't quite see you. Number 29 for the Grizzlies, Jeremy Godwin. And he finds himself, or in this case, actually, the Lynx find themselves with another big play touchdown. I'm starting to get afraid when I see Price take a 7-step drop. If I'm those cornerbacks, I'm like, run. I need to get back.
And we're not even through the first quarter yet, and Madison has already topped their points totals from the past 2 games. Remember, they scored 10 week 1 and 12 week 2, and now they're at 14, and we're not even 10 minutes in.
Again, we talked about it a little earlier. I still question how many total yards do we have. I should dig that up here and see how it compares to yards per second. This has got to be one of the most efficient games that I've seen in quite a while.
Well, if you're new to the Simulation Football League, you're watching the first controlless esport, where strategy and AI instead of thumbs determines outcome. Teams submit game plans prior to the simulation, and the results play out live in real time with hundreds of viewers turned players, scouts, coaches, and team owners on the field to create an all-new kind of virtual reality. Visit www.simulationfl.net for more information.
It'll be interesting here to see if we can get our first stop in the game, but big plays have been the story, and I'm excited to see if the Grizzlies can keep that going.
Reno going under center. Reno, short drop. Reno, oh, that was a risky throw. Nearly intercepted. Pass was intended for Chris Lee.
Chris Lee, and Reno has obviously decided that that's his comfort blanket at this point. So he's grabbing his blankie, he's dropping back to pass, and he's just watching him. In that case, he tries to force it in there. Linebacker right there to knock it down. Nothing to happen.
Jameson Hart was the man on the deflection and nearly had himself an interception as well. Just the old linebacker hands. Reno, another short drop. Goes to the flats, finds Brad Jones, and Jones is going to lose a yard on the reception.
That's too bad because Madison had actually stacked their left side of their defense in order to stop the run. So when he works to the far left side of the offense, he's out there all by himself, just can't quite turn it up in time. Needs to plant that foot, turn it upfield. The throw carries him out of bounds instead.
Empty backfield, 5 wide. Going to be probably a deep shot here from Reno. Deep shot it will be, and it's going to be tipped away. And Madison's defense gets the first stop of the night. Pass intended for Jay Moss.
Nice stop by the defense. The little phalanges getting up there, knocking it away. It's a big stop for them right now, so they can get what we'd like to call, Mr. Momentum back in this game. Swinging back towards Madison. We'll see if they can make a statement on this comeback drive and separate themselves a little further from the Grizzlies.
Johnny Landers out to punt for the first time tonight. Kick is long. It's going to be high. Taking about the 40. Madison's kick returner steps on a man. He's going to gain maybe an extra yard or 2. That's what I would probably give him at most.
You're being pretty generous, I think, even. Hugh McClendley there, 6'2", 200. Can't quite find any room. Tries to do the juke. Wrapped up. A nice secure tackle by the Grizzlies punt coverage team in order to give them at least stop a major return.
Well, that sets up Madison's offense. Offset I. Simple throw down to Boletsky, and Boletsky's going to lose. They're actually going to say he gained 2 yards.
A nice job by Boletsky just hanging on to the football as the 2 defenders are on him right as he crosses their line of scrimmage. Gets 2, wrapped up, taken down. Price definitely showing his, we'd call it veteranness over the opposition quarterback right now.
Price, short drop. Price finds his man in the flats, but he just got rocked as soon as he caught the ball.
Slow to get up is number 45 for the Lynx. Sheldon Hilton, their tight end. All right, is this where they uncap it? You think they're going to go deep? It just feels like they've waited so long to throw the deep ball.
Well, it's in the offset eye, and you don't usually see deep passes out of the offset eye. But Price, it's going to be a medium throw, but his receiver just dropped it.
Pressure delivered there by number 29. Jeremy Godwin gets an actual positive play. He's had a tough start to this game, but is able to disrupt the flow of that pass just enough to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, for Godwin, that's exactly what you want. Just something simple. Get back to the fundamentals. You've been burned over the top twice. Good to just sit down, get those plays that you would need. Punts away from Madison. Fielded around the 15, and they're going to say he gained 3 yards up to the 18.
Not much room on that return, so it sets up for the Grizzlies to respond and try to punch themselves back into this, possibly try to close the lead to 4.
Mayhaps. Reno coming out in the I form. No receivers. Expect a run to Brad Jones. Oh, free play for the Grizzlies. Gonna throw it over to Brad Jones, but they're just gonna take the penalty yard.
Come on, there's a good penalty there, but did we see that stiff arm get absolutely rejected by number 27, Ulysses Yale? Just steps through the stiff arm, knocks him on his behind, doesn't get any yards. They're lucky there was a penalty on that one, because I think we'd actually be talking about that hit a little bit more after I just spent 15 seconds talking about it.
So now it's 1st and 5 after the penalty. 3 wide receivers to the bottom. This is usually the signifier that they're going to try for a big play. And now they're going to hand it off to Brad Jones. And Jones just demolished by the defensive line and linebacking core of Madison. They're going to give the tackle there to Ronnie Watson.
Watson steps up in the gap that was created on the run and just brick walls him down, keeps that gain to a minimum.
2nd and 5. Another very delayed handoff to Brad Jones. And once again, they're going to say he lost a yard.
That's a tough one. They choose to run to the left, and there's only really one blocker out there on that side, so it was a 2-on-1 opportunity for the defense. The sure-handed tackles by the Lynx collective shut it down and brings up 3rd and 6.
That's what they're saying. Going to be only one man in the backfield. Reno, short drop. Reno throws it. It's going to be intercepted. Madison, Jamison Hart with the pick. And that's going to set up Madison in excellent field position.
This inside linebacker drops into his zone and just sits in it. And the Grizzlies offense just moves everything into it. Number 80 there, a wide receiver, passes through and just ends up opening it up wide, actually, for that inside linebacker.
Well, 1st and 10 for Madison. It's a pitch play out to Beletsky, and Beletsky gains 4 off the pitch.
It almost seemed like they were lacking some defenders out there. I thought it was like the same play we saw earlier, but for the team switched. But this time he won that battle and got some yards instead of getting wrapped up at the line.
2nd and 6. They're in the offset eye. Going to be another pitch out to Beletsky. Beletsky trying to work his way to the outside. And he's going to gain maybe an additional yard.
It's a tough one. I hope when they go back and they review the film this week, they watch Hubbard on that play. Or Hubba, excuse me. Kimbrell just couldn't quite sync up well with his halfback in order to provide that lead block that you're looking for when you run a play like that.
Kyle Simmons was the man on the tackle. Bring up 3rd and 6. And it's going to be a 3rd straight handoff to Beletsky. And Tacoma's defense coming up after that interception. And they're going to hold Madison to 3.
Kimbrell there actually clears the road a little bit, but it's just not quite enough as they run that ISO play. It's a one-on-one there inside, not enough room. It's actually going to bring, is that the end of the first quarter for us?
That indeed it is. Madison up 14-3 over the Grizzlies. We have a high-powered offensive game in our hands, folks. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned to the SFLm on YouTube. Fourth and 1. Madison's going to send out the field goal unit for the first time today. Joseph Bumgardner out to take his third kick. He's 2 for 2 on PATs. Let's see how he is at field goals. The kick is up, and it is through for 3. Madison having an excellent game for themselves on offense and on defense as well.
Well, you want to make sure no matter what you get points out of that. Even as we take a look in chat and we get the old the coaches that are at home with us today, wanting them to go for it, but you don't want to miss out on the opportunity that is that interception to turn it into some form of points to extend that lead.
And the kick is going to be a long one, taking it at about the 10. Tacoma going to take it up to the 30 about.
Mitchell Simpson on that return. Not much room for him. Didn't get a chance to unleash the Jets anywhere if he did have some hidden in there for us. It's going to be important, though, that the Grizzlies' offense comes out here and makes a statement. At least tries to move the ball for a little bit to give their defense a chance to rest.
Johnny Reno. He's under center. He's going to drop back deep. And it's going to be a relatively short pass. And Brad Jones just drops it.
It's tough. I understand what we're working with here is the minors, but you got to get that. You got to get that football all the way in your hands. Watch it in there before you turn upfield. When you watch him whip his head around quickly, he didn't get a chance to watch it all the way in. It just slips through his far left hand, which would have been the one that he needed to secure it.
2nd and 10. Split back shotgun. Gonna make some adjustments at the line for Reno. Reno finds a man, and it's gonna be taken up to about the 35-yard line. Gonna bring up 3rd and 3. Catch made by Mitchell Simpson.
Nice quick out, wants to get in rhythm. They needed a completion there, more than just wanted one. They needed one to get moving. You cannot have a 4 and out here, or a 3 and out, excuse me. You need to get this first down if you are Tacoma.
Yeah, and the playbook is open. Reno fires. He's going to get his man. He was probably swamped by multiple defenders. Perry, what an amazing grab.
Right over the shoulder of the defender. Perry, their tight end, secures it and then just kind of falls down. The most important thing they get there is a first down, so they get their fresh set of downs. They can keep moving, keep applying this pressure to this Madison Lynx defense.
Johnny Reno took a bit of a risk on that last throw, but it did pay off. First down now for Tacoma. Throw again as his receiver just gets slammed.
Was that the tackle again? I think it was the tackle.
Yep, Lacoste. That's
look at that.
Tackle.
He is a part of the offense today, folks. That's 2 chances he's had to catch that football. He's gotten them, I believe, both. I got to check back at my stats, but that's a big day for the big man.
2nd and 8. Gonna go straight into the I form. And Johnny Reno's actually gonna throw it as he completes the throw over the middle. Gain of about 3 or 4. Catch made by Ziggy Chronic. If I'm not mistaken, that was actually Ziggy Chronic's first reception of the season, not just of the game.
Welcome to the league, sir.
Gonna be a shotgun handoff to Brad Jones, but Brad Jones not gonna get anything done, loses a few yards. That's gonna bring up 4th down.
I question that decision in that 3rd down. I get you want to try to catch the defense, maybe catch them sleeping a little bit, planning for the pass, but 5 yards is a lot of yards to try to get on the ground in that scenario, especially when you need that first down so bad.
Snap's good and the punt's away. Madison spinning away from a man. Not going to gain much more, but still a great return there from McCleany.
I was worried he wasn't going to fair catch it, but as take a look, he proves me wrong, at least in my own brain. Grabs about 5 on that return, which is good in that scenario, because the other option, if he lets that just go and decides not to even fair catch it, it could have been down by the 2.
Price. Gonna hand it off to Beletsky, and Beletsky's got room to the outside! Nearly sheds a man! And if he had shed that probably could have gone for 6.
Oh, I was cheering for the tank man. He's got a guy, Beletsky's got a man on his back. He's trying to hit that edge. He gets a clean 5 yards before even entering into the defense, but just can't quite get away with it. But that is a great start to a drive that Madison wants to start thinking about. How do we keep this momentum in our favor?
James Troll II was the man who was able to keep the damage under control. Price looking around, going to be a simple dump off. His receiver spins around. K. Marion, have yourself a day, my man. Actually, no, I think that was Beletsky on the reception.
Yeah, Beletsky coming out of the backfield, getting an extra block in order to grab all 7 of those yards. I was excited to see if maybe he could have got one more from number 88, K. Marion, right there, but just couldn't quite tempo it right for him.
2nd and 3. Madison's going to be another handoff to Beletsky, and Beletsky's going to run to the outside, catches the block, sheds a man! He is gone! Charlie Beletsky, touchdown, Madison Lynx.
Boom, boom, Beletsky, let's go, brother, as he hits the edge, shakes 3 tackles, follows his blocker like a well-disciplined machine, finds the end zone after well over 50 yards on that run. This is going to be a tough day for this Grizzly defense if they're able to establish both the run and the pass.
Well, here's an interesting stat to note. After that touchdown, Madison has scored more in this half than they have in their past 2 games combined. This Madison offense, after those first 2 weeks, is looking on fire tonight.
It's almost going to put the Grizzlies into a scenario where they must score here.
Well, that kick is good. 24-3. Madison having a day on offense. Tacoma, they're gonna need something big on this next drive if they want to keep in touch with the Lynx.
They need to come out here, score quick, get a stop, and another score, and they'll be right back in it. That's all they have to do. Does that seem like so much to ask?
True, and hey, we have seen crazier things in the SFL and the SFLm. Kick will be taken up to the 28-yard line. Mitchell Simpson on the return.
I'd like to see the Grizzlies try to uncap this defense a little here right away. I know it's a little bit risky, especially when we're talking about Reno, but that's okay. I think you got to take the chance. And then obviously they'll come out in a rather run formation.
Well, we have seen them pass out of the I form before. As Reno, that's what they're going to do. They're going to pass it over to Brad Jones, and Jones gains 6 yards on the reception.
Nice one-hander by Jones. Or was that was 43? That's Rothschild.
Yeah, that's the fullback.
Grabs it coming out of the backfield. Gets him moving in the right direction. Grabs 6 from this little-known talent that you could be a part of if you join the SFLm.
That is true. But Tacoma now coming with an empty backfield. Gonna allow Reno to stretch his arm a little, and that's what he is going to do. He threw that one over midfield. Chris Lee, what an immaculate reception.
He gets all 10 fingers and 2 palms up there to go over the safety. Grab it, wrapped up, gets past that halfway point in the field, and this could be the momentum that Tacoma needs.
Went over Julian Valier and Ray Lenerl III, but now Tacoma coming out in the heavy set. Reno making some adjustments at the line.
Look at the space on the bottom.
Gonna be a handoff to Brad Jones. Jones spins, and he's not gonna gain more than 6 yards, but man, he's been doing pretty well.
They're committed to balance, it looks like here, and they want to make sure that they keep the defense guessing. So they come out here with a solid run. Again, almost like you've said a few times earlier, there's any play in the playbook right now at 2nd and 4.
Well, they're coming out in the empty set once more. Gonna give Reno a little bit of room to stretch his arm a little bit. That's exactly what he's gonna do! And it's an interception by Madison! The interception, and this one looks like it's going to go the other way! No, it won't! What a pick-six saving tackle by the Tacoma offense! But Johnny Reno, his 2nd interception on the night, pick made by Ray Lenerl III.
It's tough to blame him for this. He's in a situation where he kind of has to force the ball. I don't know if you need to force it on 2nd down, but he's trying to make the big play to put his team back into it, but underthrows number 80, Jay Moss, and just in the wrong hands and headed the other direction.
But if you're Madison, you're in Tacoma territory again. You can now try to maybe play around the playbook a little bit. Try some new plays since you're in such a comfortable position. Price throwing over the middle. That's going to be marked down as a 1st down. Catch made by Randy Pierce, the tight end.
Nice soft route right in front of the linebackers as they're trying to fall back. They're themselves at this point probably looking for a big play. It's a well-run route right in front of the linebackers, and then he grabs 4 extra yards on top of it. That's a good Madison Lynx play for him.
Split back. Price dropping back. Price throws it over to Boletsky, and Boletsky gains 4, or actually no, that's Kimbrell, Hubba Kimbrell, the fullback. Apologies there, folks.
He's made his presence felt. He is an active part of this offense for sure. It's not just a blocking fullback, but we're seeing him get active, not just in blocking, but in receiving, and I believe he even might have a carry in here.
Yeah, he does. 1 carry for 4 yards, and that was his first reception of the night, also for 4 yards, as they're going to hand it off to Boletsky, and Boletsky just destroys the Tacoma defense and gains a 1st down.
Ricky Jordan and R.D. Smith are both late getting to him as after he gets the 1st down to take him down. We're seeing some power back moves out of Boletsky as this game lasts longer. It's going to be interesting to see if he starts shedding some more of those.
1st and 10 on the Tacoma 12 as the Lynx are just marching down the field. Going to be a very delayed handoff to Boletsky, and Tacoma's defense finally getting something going as they're going to come in with a tackle made by Exodus O'Brien.
That man is beefy at 6'3", 320. That's the kind of tackle I want on my defense, stopping and stuffing every single run play.
Well, I don't know if you saw that, but according to the graphic just popped up, Price so far has a perfect QBR as Boletsky gains another 6 yards, easy 6-yard run, 3rd and 4.
Well, this is at that point, I get the sense they're trying to draw it down a little bit. It's one of those scenarios. At what point does Madison get to the point where they say, stop us running the football or we're going to run all day when you're up by 21?
3rd and 4 playbook, you can pretty much do whatever you want. And Price is going to drop back to throw. Pocket clears, fires, and that's going to be incomplete. Oh, what a great defense by Blake Prine to keep the score from getting any worse for Tacoma.
Tries to get to the soft spot between the corner and the safety, but can't get it out there in time. Hopefully we'll see some progression over the course of these next couple weeks, and he'll be able to make that throw.
But as things stand, Joseph Bumgarner out to take what basically is an extra point. Kick is away, and it is through for 3, 27-3. You know, Madison's up big, but for Tacoma, you know, it's one less than 28-3.
I always appreciate your ability to make a glass half full in a scenario like this for Tacoma. There is definitely some things that can still be made out of this game. I'm excited to see if Tacoma can get Brad Jones going. Right now, 5 attempts for only 4 yards. We got to see if he could bust out one big one. The same could kind of be said for Jay Moss, who right now has three receptions and 3 targets, so he's a part of it. We've heard a lot from Chris Lee with 7 receptions on his 7 targets for 65 yards. So he's got some pieces there. They just got to finish this off.
Yeah, for Tacoma, also Johnny Reno having a bit of a struggle today, but they're going to come out in the split back shotgun. This is usually a passing formation. And no, they're actually going to hand it off to Brad Jones. Brad Jones gets back up to the line and not a yard more. We're going to see maybe another play or two before the 2-minute warning.
That is a tough sledding for him there. Not much room around the edge, but I appreciate the chance that they're trying to keep it balanced. We want to see what kind of a halfback Brad Jones is in these minor leagues, so it's good to see them sticking with him. Uh-oh! It's empty!
Oh, Johnny Reno, they're once again going to allow him to stretch his arm, drops back deep, and then no, they're actually going to go for the short route to Brad Jones, and it worked out pretty well. 3rd and 1. Right now, it's just a simple handoff with all that you would need to do. Tackle made by Eric Kane.
That simple handoff with the way the stats are going, I don't know if he's got enough to get that first down on the run. I want to see it. Don't get me wrong. I want to see good, hard power football, but I think you got to keep working those outside zones. It seems to be where those Grizzly Paws have had the biggest success.
2 wide to the bottom of your screen. They're going to actually let Reno throw, and he was out of bounds. Chris Lee, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
That is a tough scenario for him, only in the situation that he let him out of bounds. The route was headed out of bounds, but to be honest, oh my goodness, we got a challenge?
Well, you never know around here, as R62 is going to head to the booth. SFL Nation, this is everyone's favorite time of a game. Let's look at the replays.
Honestly, everyone's covered here. It's just the timing of the route.
Yeah. And no, that was not in bounds from up here. Both his feet were clearly out.
I don't know. Maybe they moved the white line, but
no, the ruling on the field's going to stand, though.
I know. It is definitely going to stand. That one was pretty obvious.
Yes, seems to be almost, that was a little bit of a, was a bit of a desperation call by Wells. Just try and get something going.
You hate to see that timeout, though. Now you're going to end up giving the Lynx the football back with a lot of time and the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, possibly after this punt, we're gonna reach the 2-minute warning. Snaps a little bit high, but it's away for Tacoma. As Madison is gonna take it up to the 25, and it's probably in one play, and we're gonna get to the 2-minute warning.
As the Grizzlies come out, their big goal here is just to get a stop. I gotta think they want to try to give them enough time to come back and score maybe one more just to keep it, because that could make a big difference in how they start this game in the second half for sure.
Well, Eric Price coming out of the I form, probably going to be just a simple run to bring us to the 2-minute warning. That it will be. Hand off to Beletsky. Gains 2 yards, going to say, and that's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning here in the first half. And there it is, the official 2-minute warning. Don't go anywhere, folks. Madison up big, but can Tacoma get the stop, turn around and score to bring it closer heading into the half? Second and 8. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw the Lynx get a bit conservative here. Hand off to Beletsky. Oh my! Who was the tackler on that play? Number 94, Tacoma. None other than Ulysses McCarthy, or as I like to call him, Saitama, because that man is the one-punch man.
Well played. Big man in the middle puts a stop to that play real quick.
3rd and 9. They're going to let Price stretch his arm a little bit, and that's going to get them the first down. They're going to mark him as getting the first down off 4 progress. K. Marion having an excellent first half so far.
That's tough. The route takes him just behind the linebacker, doesn't flow with him into first down territory to knock it down, but instead grabs the reception, but is immediately taken down, and that clock, it's ticking. Look at all the space on the edges.
Yeah, gonna be interesting to see what they do here. Price, simple dump off to Boletsky. Boletsky doing a bit of a stop and go, and they're only gonna get 2 yards, but we're in the hurry up.
So he tries to take the easy path there, but not quite enough to get a big chunk for him.
Price dropping back once again. Price finds K. Marion towards the sideline, and it's gonna bring up 3rd and 2.
Almost feels like they're trying to save their timeouts here. Like they've got big plans on getting down the field in these last 45 seconds. So nice quick timing route again by the Lynx as Marion finds his way just short of the first down. It will be interesting to see if this is where maybe they choose to run it, try to get that first down, but they've got a stacked box.
Price gonna drop back, nearly intercepted. Tacoma nearly had a major momentum swing. James Troll III got his hands up there to swat that one away.
That's what the Grizzlies are looking for, is those kind of plays, especially if he just hangs on to it. Can't quite as it slips and slides its way through his fingers. It finds its way out of bounds for an incomplete pass. But here we go. The Grizzlies, they do have a chance here to get this football back.
Yeah, and really that's the big difference maker. However, I can imagine Coach Wells kind of regretting that challenge now because they're only going to have 2 timeouts to work with.
They're going to have to make the best out of this scenario, get something back. Even 3 is the piece you need in order to start maybe putting on a run in the second.
Oh no! They fumbled the punt, but it is going to be recovered by Tacoma. Even that just has to be a morale killer.
Thank goodness the backup halfback there, Gary Wallman's there in order to keep it going, but that's just tough. That's a tough show for the Grizzlies.
"33 seconds, and Tacoma has to drive at 79 yards. Johnny Reno in an empty backfield. No matter how this ends, you know it's going to be interesting. Reno pump fakes it, moving up the pocket. He's gonna go down. Dan Tritz with his first sack of the night.
Oh, I was excited to see him uncap that defense, but the pressure gets to him. Hangs on to it for too long. Can't quite shift away. Let's see if this could be our last play of the half.
Yeah, because surprisingly enough, they didn't call a timeout. So maybe enough time for 1, maybe 2 plays. They get this one off quick. No, this will be the last play of the first half. Simple dump off to Brad Jones. But that is going to bring us to the half. And my, what a first half it's been for the Madison Lynx, as they're now up 27-3 over the Tacoma Grizzlies.
This is not the same football team that I saw earlier in the year when I went back and watched those videos. This team has been imposing its will on offense against the Tacoma Grizzlies. We're seeing it in some phenomenal statistics being put out by the Lynx.
I couldn't agree with you more, Ryan. These, when it comes to Madison at least, whatever happened ever since that week 1 game, they studied hard, went out, won last week, and now they are blowing out the Tacoma Grizzlies. But the upside for them, though, they do get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, you get a chance to get momentum. I'm telling you, if you can score 27 points, the Lynx can score 27 points in the first half, there's nothing to say Tacoma couldn't score at least 27 on their second half.
Well, if they're going to want to get started with that, they're going to have to rely on Johnny Reno. Johnny Reno, so far, has not been having that fantastic of a day. Only has 4.9 yards average, 1 interception, no touchdowns, and a 69.0 QBR. Gotta say, that's pretty nice, though.
Well played.
3 wide receivers at the top of your screen. Gonna throw it. Gonna lead his man out of bounds, and they're not even gonna say that he caught that.
No toe drag swag there. That was too bad. He just carried him a little bit too far. I really want to see him get Chris Lee involved here early in this drive. I was actually hoping that would be the direction they would go on that play. This man has shown out earlier when they needed him. It'd be nice to see if he could get him pointed back in the right direction.
Split back shotgun. 2 wide for Johnny Reno. We hand off to Brad Jones. Brad Jones. You know, that may have been a no gain, no loss play, but that is still pretty dang good considering he had to drag 2 defenders right back to the line.
It was 1-on-1 across the line plus 2 more blitzers.
3rd down and 10. Wouldn't be surprised if they let Johnny Reno stretch his arm a little bit. Reno finds his man and gets a decent gain. If it was 3rd and 5, things would be going well, but Fallworth not able to get to the 1st down marker.
You want to try to run those routes so you get the 1st down. It's always disappointing when you have to settle for a pass that's short and hope that the receiver can make a play. In that case, just couldn't quite make it. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, for Tacoma, not the best start to the second half that they would have wanted. But once again, Madison's offense is going to take the field. For the first time this half, 27 points through half number 1 for the Lynx. More than they had put up in their past 2 games combined. We're looking at a completely different Madison offense.
Over 100 yards already for Bletsky. I'm excited to see what they can do here in the second half on the ground. I'll be impressed, though, if we don't see a little bit of K. Marion involved somewhere along the way here.
So they're going to go into under center. Going to throw over the top. And really the only difference between the touchdown plays and that was that the man was there. Randy Pierce, the man who caught it.
1 broken tackle away. Again, great touch on this football. Goes over the linebackers. The safety can't get over in time. Number 27, R.D. Smith, just a little bit out of position. In a bind because of the wide receivers running underneath him. Ends up making just a great open field tackle in order to save that touchdown.
Offset eye. Simple handoff to Boletsky. Boletsky sheds a tackler. Not going to shed 2. He's currently averaging 6.6 yards per carry. Just having a night.
Just lowers the shoulder, brings the boom, but not enough room to get further up the field. So it shows as a no gain, but definitely a lot of action on that play.
2nd and 10. Price going to stretch his arm a little bit. Oh! The defender trying to play some heroics, going for the interception. James Troll III with the massive leap, but it just doesn't go.
That is too bad. I'm over here screaming. I got me nice and quiet to make sure it doesn't get too loud. That's like a 2nd or 3rd time we've heard from the Troll man. Just not enough ability to hang on to the football through the ground. Playing some decent defense there on the edge for the Grizzlies.
3rd and 10. Wouldn't be surprised if they let Price stretch his arm again. That they will. And Price threads the needle to Maximus Blue. And he's going to get the 1st down.
I think, if I remember correctly, that is the 4th reception today for Maximus Blue. Nice coming across the middle of the field. Plenty of time for Price. Picks his receiver, has 2 options over there, grabs the 1st down, sheds 1 man, and take it down by 2.
Maximus Blue had the 3rd most targets in the SFLm coming into this week. And he may just move up the leaderboard considering how many targets he's had. He's had 4 so far. They're going to pitch it out to Boletsky. Boletsky nearly sheds a man, and he gains 4, but he's taking a little while to get up, but he's getting up enthusiastically.
It's tough. I feel like we've been saying this all day as well. It's just like he's one tackle away from another big play. The steady defense here, keeping him wrapped up, but it's tough when he's already got 5 on you, bringing up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. 2 wide, 1 in the backfield. Going to hand it off to Boletsky again. Boletsky going straight up the middle. And he's going to get it to within Tacoma's red zone.
Patient running on that play by Boletsky. Allows the blockers to establish their blocks. Sidesteps his center in order to grab 4 more before being wrapped up and taken down.
Price taking his time and oh! The receiver just dropped it. The receiver just dropped it.
I think he even was looking at his hands. I believe that was a Sheldon Hilton. We've said his name a few times on a couple drops today. It's been a tough game for him, especially in that pivotal situation. But I guess I also question how pivotal it can really be when you're up by 24.
And they're going to try and make it 27. Joseph Bumgardner already 2 for 2 on the day and 3 for 3 on extra points. He's going to try and shoot for, I think it would be 6 for 6 on the day in terms of his kicks. Kick is away. And it is through for 3. 30-3 is the current scoreline between the Lynx and the Grizzlies.
Yeah, I'm not getting the sense of, or the sense that the Lynx are too worried about where this game's headed. They've been able to really do what they want. Really, at times, honestly, their drives have only stopped at their own mistakes.
Well, do you want more SFL content? Our Discord community has podcasts, articles, and highlights about the league, its teams, and its players. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Simulationfl, that's where you're watching this game right now, folks, and visit our website at simulationfl.net for more news, features, and information. Tacoma, you know, you gotta wonder if they're gonna start shifting from playing to win to playing for pride.
It comes down to how has the year gone so far for you? What do you want to work on moving forward? And what kind of tape do you want to put out there?
So Reno in the shotgun. Gonna be a high snap. And Brad Jones just bounces off his hands and it's gonna fall to the ground incomplete.
He has basically been their offense at this point. It's just the fact he's been shut down all day. They had one deep route running on that route combination on that play. I didn't even get the sense that Reno was looking at it. Instead decides to check it down into a congested middle of the field. And it's no wonder it's knocked down when you go into 2 defenders both putting their hands up.
Shotgun once more for Johnny Reno. Reno throws it over the middle and Brad Jones just drops it again.
All right, Brad. Somebody text him, let him know that he is their centerpiece. That it almost looks like the exact same play, but flipped that time. Not enough room for him to really even make a move, and there is a ton of defenders around him. Maybe he's hearing footsteps out there because that's 2 in a row.
Well, they're going to bench him for this play. 5 wide, empty backfield for Johnny Reno. Reno surveys the field, goes over the middle. He finds the receiver. What an excellent pitch and catch to Chris Lee.
Chris Lee making his presence felt again. Reno dropping the ball in over the defense. You get a chance to see it from his angle here. Almost. It's a race to the football. Body position makes the difference as number 22, Julian Valère, is cut off to the football. They only brought 4 rushing that time into Reno's face. Maybe that's what he needs, is a little less pressure.
Reno in the shotgun. 3 wide to the bottom of your screen. You always know that when you see this formation, it's going to be interesting. Reno, going to be a simple throw over the middle. Brad Jones, he's dropped 3 targets in a row.
Oh no, Jones, your hands are cold. I still think they need to keep forcing it to him to keep him involved, but this is definitely one of those cases where they need to take him off. Make sure he's got the electrolytes in order to stay focused, because I'm starting to worry. Could this man be concussed?
Well, the main thing to discuss there is probably the fact that the Madison coverage has just been too good. When you see those sorts of passes, those are usually just what you need. But Brad Jones, just as we're bagging on him, he is gone! Touchdown, Tacoma Grizzlies!
Hi, yo, look at Mr. Jones go! Talk about flipping a coin and turning it. Well done. Finds the space up the middle, nearly untouched. Grizzlies getting feisty. Want to let everybody know that their run game is here. Do not forget about us. Plenty of room. Race off to the end zone.
The hole was wide open, and he just sprinted through it like his name was Barry Sanders. But now, Tacoma, with the extra point impending from not from Pete Ellis, sorry, from Lance Barber, this is a bit more of a competitive game than it was just a few moments ago.
With that extra point, Tacoma finds himself only down by 20.
It may still be a 3-possession game halfway through the third, but these two teams, they're doing well.
Tacoma needs a play here. I'm actually a little bit surprised they're not getting a little risky with an onside or something fancy, but they need that big defensive momentum swing play. Let's see if they can get it here on this next drive.
Well, they're going to kick it deep, and it's going to be taken at around the 10, and Madison takes it up to the 28-yard line. McCleany having a pretty good game so far on the kick return front, and he has the receiving touchdown.
Yeah, he's made his presence felt on both sides. I want to see a play out of Troll here. I think it would, number one, make for a great call, and number two, get this game blown wide back in the other direction.
Well, Tacoma's defense playing right up against the line. They're going to hand it to Boletsky, and Tacoma, they saw that coming from a mile away. Charlie Boletsky only gaining a solitary yard from the run.
It might be the third quarter, but I definitely think the coaching staff for Madison in this case is thinking, let's draw this clock out. They almost started back in the middle of the second quarter to start the clock out. So we'll see here if we get another run and just keep winding it down.
Well, Price gonna go aggressive, throws it deep in the middle, picked off by Tacoma! Tacoma, the momentum is well back in their favor.
Number 47, Blake Prine, steps in front of this football, watches it the whole way. You'd expect them not to do a risky play like this. They don't want to give any space, but he steps right into it, runs it up the field, makes a big play for the defense that they've been waiting all day on. Now they're going to look at Reno and say, please, man, do your part, punch it in real quick. Let us get back out there again.
Three wide to the bottom. Reno, simple pass over to Brad Jones. And after the massive run for a touchdown and the interception, these Grizzlies, they have to be feeling pumped.
That he lowered the shoulder there. Now we're starting to see him spice up a little bit. We're getting a chance to see Brad Jones get his swagger back. Let's see if they end up giving it back to him one more time. Let this man start imposing his will on the game.
Once again, Reno, simple throw over the middle. Gain of 4.
Simple pitch and catch, nothing too flashy about that. Chris Lee, all the linebackers drop back behind the first down marker anyway. It's an easy catch, you just can't make much of it.
So 3rd and 4, if you're Tacoma, you can have some fun playing it a little bit aggressive now. And that's what they're going to do. Empty backfield. Reno throws it over, tries to do the flat, but that was not going to go anywhere. Madison with the deflection, and that one, if he had played a little bit more risky, Brandon Hubbard could have just taken that the other way for a pick 6.
Yeah, I'm really hoping. Yeah. this is actually a little disappointing. I think this Grizzlies team needs this momentum that a first down would have given them here.
And surprisingly enough, they're going to punt it. I thought this would have been maybe right on the edge of field goal range in the Miners, but apparently Tacoma doesn't think so. Madison's going to fair catch it right at the 14.
It's like a 20-yard punt. But it sets up Madison with the football. Last time, if I remember correctly, there might have been a big play that happened. I can't remember. Do you remember?
Who knows?
It was an interception, right?
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
Choke. Okay.
1st and 10, balls on the 14 in the I form. They're going to be hand off to Boletsky, and Boletsky tries to do a spin, but that will not go. 2nd and 6.
I hope I'm not going to jinx this Grizzlies defense, but they've done a great job holding Boletsky in the second half to ineffective runs. Another prime example there. Gets 4, but are right there to wrap him up so he doesn't bust out longer.
Split back, 3 wide. Price giving the keys to the car, but he's going to throw an incompletion intended for K. Marion.
Free safety steps right in there to provide some pressure and break it up. Nice play by the Grizzly defense from Tacoma, and actually really sets up an important 3rd down.
Yeah, the deflection was actually made by Brian Brand, the outside linebacker. But as you said, very important 3rd down, empty backfield. Price taking a very deep drop. Price is gonna get sacked!
Deep drop is right, and he was apparently very comfortable to sit back there forever. Plenty of time for number 98, Matthew Sandoval, to get there, pick him up, wrap him up, and take him down. We get a chance again to meet the punter for the Lynx.
Sandoval had himself a big game the last time the Grizzlies were out here. Pete Ellis, in the shadow of his own goalpost, kicks it away. And it's going to be taken by Tacoma. The punt returner gets it across the 40. And, well, Simpson doing his work, but now it's time for the Tacoma offense and Johnny Reno to do their work.
Martin Murphy delivers a big hit at the end of that return. They're trying to will their way back into this game, but again, it falls on the hands of Reno.
And Reno, they're going to allow him to stretch his arm with an empty backfield. Reno going to move around the pocket. Just throws it away. Pocket was collapsing. Kind of interesting what they tried to do there.
Yeah, just not quite coming up anything but boxcars. They need a chance here in order to stretch this one out. They've got to get long. They've got to score fast. That is a lot of pressure on a fresh new quarterback. Standing 6'5", so he definitely has the view in order to be able to make the plays. He's just got to lean back and make them.
So Johnny Reno going to go under center. 2 wide with an I form to the backfield. Going to be a throw over the top. And he's going to find his man. He's going to get dragged out of bounds. Catch made by Chris Lee. So now Tacoma up to within Madison's 30. Doing an excellent job at just keeping themselves in it. Reno throwing. Going to be a short throw over the middle, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 5. Catch was made there by Jay Moss. Still Tacoma, if they can score on this drive, they can make this into a bit more of a ball game. Split back, shotgun, 2 wide. And Reno's going to roll out on the play, throwing it deep, caught Touchdown! Tacoma is right back in it. J Moss with a huge grab. What an excellent play by Tacoma. And they are still in it, folks. Don't go anywhere. Tacoma is starting to come back from 27 points down. 2 minutes, 9 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Kick is up, and it is through. And now Tacoma just down by 13. It is pretty much back to a competitive ball game, folks. Thanks to Eagle Mondavi in the chat, Ottawa has defeated San Jose 17-13. And a special shout out to anyone coming over here from that game. Well, if you just wanted to tune in, now's the time to join in. It is a competitive ball game, as McLeany's going to take it up to the 28-yard line. First down and 10 for the Madison Lynx. And if they want to reassert their dominance over this game, they got to get a big play now. Price going to drop back to throw. Price finds his man towards the sideline, and that's going to get him right up to Tacoma's midfield. Maximus Blue on the reception. Artie Smith, though, with potentially the touchdown-saving tackle, but still not the sort of momentum that you want if you're Tacoma. Price going to go under center. Boletsky in the backfield. Two wide receivers to the top and the bottom of your screen. Throwing it over short to Maximus Blue again. And Maximus Blue goes off to the sidelines and just trucks someone on the bench.
Poor innocent bystander on the outside out there as Madison continues to control this football. On a plus side, it does stop continues the clock on the destruction of the person on the outside of the playing field.
Offset eye, and it's going to be a free play for Madison. And depending on the yardage, that might actually just give them the first down that they would have needed.
Can't make those kind of mistakes when you're trying to get back into this game. 13 points is not so far out they can't get back. So this defense needs to tighten up and get the stop right here, right now.
Howard Flemings was the man responsible for the offsides, but now for Madison, they're now in a fresh set of downs, and they're across the 40. Price going to go under center. One man in the backfield. We got a wide receiver to the top and the bottom of your screen. Price slots it, but that was way out of bounds to Maximus Blue.
The timing and tempo of that route is just off, way out of bounds for the Lynx. Blue runs the route, probably did a real good job trying to get his feet in bounds if the line was about 10 yards to the left.
Split back shotgun for Madison. And Price is going to throw it down the middle of the field. He's got his man. Touchdown, Madison Lynx.
Oh, this is backbreaking for Tacoma. They only send 3 blitzers, and they still get wide open in coverage. The pressure doesn't get there. And again, we get a chance to see K. Marion having a great football game today. He finds his way to the end zone. Madison finds their way to 36 points.
Yeah, K. Marion able to just step around Blake Prine. And for Madison, they're right back in front. They're right back in the driver's seat of this football game.
They're really leaving no doubt.
Snaps a little bit low, but the kick is away, and the kick is good. Madison now up on top of the Tacoma Grizzlies, 37-17. These two teams have been having just a ball of a game against each other so far.
Still feel like it should be way further into the fourth quarter, but we haven't even made it yet. It hasn't even been time to put fours in chat yet.
Well, we got 50 seconds before that happens. This Bumgarner's got the ball on the tee, and he's going to kick it away to Tacoma. They're going to take it right up to the 29-yard line. Johnny Reno has to make something out of this drive in order to keep Tacoma in touch with Madison. You know, right now, obviously, like, the game's a little bit further than it was a few moments ago. So they need just to get a touchdown, just get back in touch.
A quick score would be great here for the Grizzlies. They haven't been really good about it most of the game.
Simple handoff to Brad Jones, who gets 5 on the carry.
He's doing a good job shedding the first tackler, but it's a problem when the first tackler is meeting you at the line of scrimmage, or often what we've seen in this game, behind the line of scrimmage. So he's shedding that one good one he can shed, but then he's taken down with barely any gain today.
Possibly one play remaining in the third. Reno gonna throw it. A pretty risky throw. Nearly loses a few yards. Chris Lee, they're gonna say he gained a yard or two.
Chris Lee today is over 100 yards, so he is having a good day himself. It's just that whole offense has had a tough time.
Couldn't agree with you more. Get your fours up in chat, folks. It's the fourth quarter. Madison is up on Tacoma 37-17. However, Tacoma has been storming back throughout the third quarter. Let's see if they can make it a ball game on this drive. Tacoma. Simple handoff, and Brad Jones gets blown up in the backfield.
This man's night as he takes a look. He's got that one big play for 52, but beyond that, he's only got 6 yards.
Punter for Tacoma. Back deep. A bit of an awkward snap, but the punt is away from Johnny Landers. Received by Madison, and it's going to be no gain, no loss. Hugh McCleany going to take it up to the 32.
So is it rushing time now, you think? Or do they still try to force it to their star, Kay Marion, in the great game she's having today?
Really depends what Madison wants to do. Like, the playbook, as I've said plenty of times, is pretty much wide open. You can figure out what to do with them. And Tacoma, they still pose a threat. They've shown they can score multiple touchdowns fairly quick. And, oh my! The defensive back, Blake Prine, nearly made up for it with a massive interception, but just drops it at the last moment. Gonna bring up second down.
Ryan tries to high spot that football and does exactly what they would teach you to do in practice, but can't finish the play. Gets a second weird fluky chance at it, still can't quite get his hands on it. We'll see if it goes in his direction again.
So it's going to be in the offset eye. Simple handoff to Beletsky. And Beletsky, he's going to gain, just about a yard. Exis O'Brien on the tackle.
Yeah, not much room there to move, even with the tight end and the fullback running the strong side for him. Can't quite find the space to come back across the offensive line in order to get anything substantial.
Third down and 9. Wouldn't be surprised if the Lynx go a bit aggressive here. That they will. They're going to throw over the middle. Find their find the receiver, and that's going to be a first down. Once again, I think that's Kay Marion. She's been having herself a day.
Wow, this is a big game for Marion. At this point, I don't think that, at least in the stats truck here, we show 73 yards before that catch. Does not do justice for the day she's had.
So once again, it's 1st and 10 for Madison. Simple throw to Boletsky, and Boletsky gains a yard.
It's the equivalent of a nice short run. Nothing too fancy. Simple pitch and catch again. Keeps the clock moving.
Second and 9 now. 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Boletsky in the backfield. Price is going to actually go a bit aggressive. Throws it! Picked off by Tacoma! Tacoma! Keeping themselves in it no matter how hard they can.
Pride makes his appearance again. He dropped it earlier, but wants to make up for it right here. Watches the quarterback's eyes the entire time and just undercuts that route. You got to throw the ball over the top if you're Price in order to make that completion.
So Prine makes up for the whiff tackle that caused Madison to get an extra 7 points. But now for Johnny Reno. Has to focus in. This drive is possibly the most important of the game.
Got to get points, and you have to get 7.
Hand off to Brad Jones. Jones finds the hole, and he's going to run right through it. Taking it up for 6 yards. Going to make it 2nd and 4.
About 8 minutes and 30-ish seconds left, and they're still committed to the run. I can appreciate it, but they got to uncap this offense. They have to score quickly.
Coming out in the heavy set. Hand off to Reno. Not Reno. Jones going to pick up a block, and he's going to get the first down.
Big first down for them. Keeps it moving. Got a chance to stiff arm too. Couldn't quite shed that first tackler this time, but they do get a first down.
Tacoma is driving. 3 wide to the bottom, 1 to the top. Tacoma. Reno. Hit as he throws over to Brad Jones. And Jones able to turn what was about to be a sack into a 9-yard gain.
It's the edge again. Jones this time. Let's not downplay it. That's a big catch for Jones. If I remember correctly, his last 3 were not super stellar, finding their way to the ground. So breaks that streak and starts a new good one with 9 yards.
2nd and 1. Another handoff to Brad Jones, and Jones gains an easy 5 yards. And that's going to make it 1st and 10 once more.
For the way the game's felt, those stats don't quite feel right, as it shows both halfbacks right now averaging 5.5 yards a carry.
First and 10 once more. The offset eye for Tacoma. Clock still ticking. Under 7 minutes left. Play action for Reno. Reno going over the top, and he finds his receiver in some really thick coverage, but Chris Lee makes it 1st and goal.
Yeah, all that coverage converging at the same time, but the timing on the pass is great. It just needs that one more broken tackle as number 28, Ray Lanier III, gets there in time to wrap him up, but it sets up 1st and goal at a very, very vital touchdown opportunity for the Grizzlies.
Heavy set. Reno gonna pass it. It's going to go behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to lose a significant chunk of yards. Rothschild, the fullback, on the reception.
Yeah, having a tough time getting his handles on it. Can't quite turn it up the field. But there is a glass half full attitude here. They have more room to work the pass now.
Couldn't agree with you more. That's generally how I like to view it, as someone who, when you're coaching or when, say, you're playing a game. Reno Gonna pass it over the middle. Way too risky of a throw. Intended for Ziggy Chronic, but the linebacker gets in the way and just deflects it.
I didn't even see him there, so I could see why he'd make that throw. Huber comes out of nowhere to knock it down right from behind the receiver. Actually could have had a better chance at the play just based on angles.
3rd and goal. 4 wide for Reno. Reno taking his time. Easy. Back of the end zone. Touchdown, Tacoma Grizzlies.
Exposing the safety on that play. That safety is in a tough spot. Number 22 for the Lynx, Julian Villar. Tough spot for him to make a decision as he finally commits to playing the flats route. Right over the top is the wide receiver, two-tapping his way into the end zone.
Mitchell Simpson, the kick returner, catches his what I think is his first touchdown reception on the night. But the game is still close. Right back down to 2 possessions with over 5 minutes remaining. Tacoma is still very much in this.
Yeah, but they're going to need a stop. Like I've said before, I appreciate the attitude, but Madison has been stopped the last couple drives, but the Grizzlies need another big play. They need the football, and they need it now. They need it now.
Tacoma kicking it away. Taking a really deep kick for the Grizzlies. And not bad field position if you're Tacoma.
Oh, that's a good wrap up and tackle real quick.
But now it is 1st and 10.
That's a stacked box.
Yeah, that it is. Tacoma playing very aggressive up on the line. Madison, Price, looks around, moves up in the pocket, and he's going to find his receiver. Easy money. Didn't even have to think twice about it.
Randy Pierce working the magic, going to his far left, coming back to his right as his quarterback needs help in as we play a little bit of the scramble drill. Just steps out of the pressure provided by number 98 for the Grizzlies. Enough for a first down.
So if you're Madison, the exact start to the drive that you need, you're not really looking, your intention maybe isn't even to score. It's just to drain as much of the clock as possible so that you make it borderline impossible for the Grizzlies to come back.
Seems like there's no interest in running the football as they run the football.
Yep, as Boletsky probably had like at least 7 or 8 Grizzlies defenders swamping him as he gains the first down.
He didn't. This is the first time it looks like they didn't stack the box, and the Lynx take advantage of it, just hustling right up the middle, snapping the ball quickly, getting the play going before any adjustments could be made.
I formation for the Lynx. It's once again 1st down and 10. Tacoma still playing very close to the line. Another handoff to Boletsky, and Boletsky gains 3 yards. Tacoma, they may not have seen the last one coming, but they certainly saw that one.
2 tight ends and a fullback. They're playing big out there right now, and they draw the gameplay clock all the way down to 7 before snapping the football. They need an explosive play, the Grizzlies do. It'll be interesting to see if Madison even gives them a chance.
Once again, same formation as the last play.
8 in the box. 7.
Gonna be really milking the clock here. Handoff to Boletsky. Boletsky going to the outside. Picks up a block. Didn't see the man behind him, though. Gonna make it 3rd and 2.
57, Ricky Jordan there, saving what could have been a much bigger play. I thought he had enough room to get the edge and get going because it didn't quite feel like the defense was flowing with that play in order to cover it up. The end result is a 3rd and 2, but it could have been much worse.
Playbook is wide open. If you're Madison, could really do anything now. Just need to gain 2 yards, and the game is pretty much sealed. Hand out to Beletsky, and Beletsky, they're going to give him the first down.
Follows the big fullback into the mosh pit and comes out with the first down is Beletsky. That's exactly how you write it up. When you need 2, you want to get 3, and that's exactly what was asked of him, and that's exactly what he gave his team.
Surprisingly enough, Tacoma still holding on to their timeouts. If Madison gets another, like, say, 10-plus yard play or even a first down, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw Tacoma start whipping out the timeouts. Only 30 seconds away from the 2-minute warning, maybe a play or 2 remaining. Pitches it out now to Beletsky, who gets hammered in the backfield. Number 29 for Tacoma, Jeremy Goodwin. What a hit.
Big hit coming off the edge by Godwin. He's had a mixed bag of a game. Ultimately, it's going to draw us down to the 2-minute warning, though.
Memphis looking to pull away with it here in Washington, but the Grizzlies still have a shot to win it. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is SFLm action on YouTube. Hand off to Beletsky once again. Beletsky going to work towards the outside, and Tacoma calls their first timeout of the half.
Well, it could be a little bit too little too late, but you got to give it a try if you are the Grizzlies. They're sitting here. Madison's been able to run the football, I believe, 4 plays in a row here. So as they take a look at closing it out, that'll be their big goal. 1 more first down.
And it's currently 3rd and 8, so I wouldn't be surprised if they actually play it a little bit more aggressive. Just try and get those 8 yards, so maybe a medium-range pass. No, they're going to hand it off to Beletsky, and Beletsky's not going to get there, but they may be within the field goal range of their kicker, Joseph Bumgardner.
I think you take the points you can get here for what you're working with, but I thought there was more room on that running play. The Tacoma defense shuts it down real quick once he gets across the line of scrimmage. It looked wide open, but he didn't quite have enough room to break free for the first down.
And if Bumgardner makes his field goal, it's going to be a 40-burger for Madison after putting up just 22 points over the past 2 games. Kick is away. It is long, and it is no good. Just short. And now Tacoma may just have the slightest chance to come back and win this.
I think you jinxed him. I was going to talk about how I wish I had him on my fantasy football team because the amount of kicks he's been hitting, and he's been rock solid all day, and look at what happened.
The old commentator's curse, they say, but even as it stands, Madison has actually put up the most points of any team so far in this SFLm season. Reno dropping back. Reno moving around the pocket, senses things are in trouble, and he just throws it away. Kind of half intended for Chris Lee, though.
Yeah, still in the pocket, so you can't intentionally down that one. Finds his checkoff receiver to throw it away, but a nice delayed blitz by the Lynx linebackers there. I was almost wondering if they were just going to sit back and zone, and once they released, that's where the pressure came from later in the developing play.
2nd down and 10, shotgun split back. It's the usual for the Grizzlies. Reno gonna throw it deep, and he has it. What an amazing throw, crossing midfield to Chris Lee.
Chris Lee has had a good game. It's just been a tough sledding for him. As he grabs it there between the 2 safeties, sure hands, takes it down even after the contact, actually trips on, I think that was 42. Yeah, I'm done. I lost the number.
Minute 37. Ball's in the 38 now. Tacoma, if they can get a major throw here, they might just be able to kick the onside and maybe take it for a Hail Mary. Gonna throw it over the middle, and it bounced off the helmet of a Madison Link.
Boink.
And now that's gonna take off just a couple ever so precious seconds.
if you're sitting in chat, what sound does a football make when it hits the back of a helmet, especially from a middle linebacker? I don't know. I think a boink would be appropriate.
Well, a boink would somewhat imply, yeah, it would somewhat imply that it'd be a bit more hollow with the skull of a middle linebacker.
You drew the connection, not me.
Hey, you know what? But they're gonna get the reception there to Brad Jones, and Jones is gonna gain 2 yards, 3rd and 8, and this is basically 4-down territory. 2 plays really remain in Tacoma's arsenal if they want to win this ball game. They're gonna throw it deep, and yes! They find the reception! I think that was Chris Lee again! And now they're up to the 6.
Solid catch by the outside wide receiver.
Reno gonna run from the same formation again! Over to the back of the end zone! No! No!
Would have been nice to see him get ziggy with it, but not quite a chance. Just goes too far out of bounds.
But at the bare minimum, that does stop the clock. So now Tacoma, if they can get this touchdown, would be interesting to see what they do from there. If they go for a 2-pointer and an onside or an extra point and an onside. But they got to get the touchdown first. That's the key here. Over the middle to Reno, and yes! Yes! Touchdown! Ziggy Chronic! This first touchdown reception of the season.
Nice, simple inside soft slant on the linebackers. In this case, it's number 42, Ronnie Watson, matched up with them. And then it's just a race to the highest or quickest point with the football. And the winner this time, Big Ziggy.
Now for one of the more crucial parts of what could be a comeback for the ages. Lance Barber has to kick the extra point, and it has to be good. Kicks away, and it is through. Tacoma, it's 37-30. Less than a minute to go. The entire game rides on the boot of Lance Barber.
All right, here we go. These are some of my favorite plays in football. This is your coin flip. Very rarely is an onside recovered.
Barber checking around. Kick is away. And oh no, it's on the ground! Tacoma picks it up! Tacoma picks it up! Oh my goodness! Don't go anywhere, folks! The Grizzlies can still win!
They sit with 1 timeout left. They still are definitely in this game with 1 minute left. They can work the ball anywhere in the field. There is no limit to options they have. They'll just have to be quick about it. Hey, Jack, you said you wanted a good game. I think they might have just delivered you one in a little interesting fashion.
So now, Johnny Reno, on his SFLm debut, is looking to pull a Matthew Stafford and lead his team down for a game-winning drive. Split back shotgun. They have to go to the air. Have to get aggressive. That they will. Johnny Reno over down to the sidelines. He finds his man and he sheds the tackle. Jay Moss getting him down to the 26. They have 45 seconds to get a little under 30 yards.
No prevent defense there. Just let him get over the top.
Reno, once again, back, gonna find his man, yes, yes, over to the 16, Tacoma, they are still in it, less than 30 seconds to go, Reno, same formation, oh no, it's a sack, but they gotta get back to the line, less than 20 seconds.
You gotta use the timeout, this is a spot to use it.
I don't even know if they actually have that timeout, because I remember seeing earlier that they had no timeouts left. Reno, moving out the pocket, end zone! No good, but at least that stops the clock at 7 seconds. Whew, gotta catch my breath there.
Yeah, you better get on it. A nice stop there by number 22. I believe he put his version of his paw up in order to knock it down. Well, take a look at this. 4th and 7 with 7 seconds left in the 4th quarter. No pressure, but all the numbers line up. Could they come back?
They could also maybe go for a medium range throw towards the outside. Maybe try and get to the sideline. Get the clock stop. Reno dropping back. Reno goes for the short route. Oh no! That's ball game!
Heartbreak for the Grizzlies after a great comeback attempt by Tacoma.
Eli Kane winning it for Madison. And for the Grizzlies, heartbreak, knowing what could have been. They were down 27 points, 30-3, but they were able to rally back. And now, with just 3 seconds remaining, all Madison has to do, take the knee and go home victorious.
An orange victory formation is what we see here. A great football game by two fun football teams in the Simulation Football League minor league system.
And with that, the game draws to a close. The Madison Lynx hold off the storming Tacoma Grizzlies to win this one 37-31 in a barn burner of a match.
Turnovers play a big role in this game as it plays out in the long run. Great running today by both halfbacks. Blitzky runs right through the defense, and big plays today by Brad Jones, the centerpiece for the Grizzlies.
Still, after everything, what an amazing day from both these two teams. The two quarterbacks both getting over 300 yards on off their own arms, but just overall an offensive showcase. I can't describe it any other way.
Yeah, it was funny when defense needed to happen, it almost seemed like it didn't for both teams, whether it was towards the end of the first half for Tacoma or at the end of the second half for Madison.
Either way, both these teams played one heck of a game, and for Madison, they now improved to 2-1 in the season. Tacoma dropping to 0-2, but you gotta feel good about this game because it was right in their grasp.
Yeah, both teams as they look forward. Looks like Tacoma has San Jose next week. And is it a bye week possibly for Madison?
If I'm not mistaken, yes, it is.
Looks like a bye week for Madison.
Yep,
they get a chance to go back, maybe tighten up the defense a little bit, get it figured out. But ultimately, no matter what or how you get the win, you get to go home with the W. Get to eat it old Winston style this weekend. Great game.
Yeah, even if it was a bit too close for Madison's liking, it was still just an excellent ball game from two highly acclaimed sides. But now, as the game itself is about to unveil who's the player of the game, who would you have to say is your nominee for player of the game?
It's Blitzky. Charlie, he had a great football game. I think he was a grinder in it. I think you could make an argument even for K. Marion stepping up big, but knowing my luck, it'll go to the quarterback after I jinx both those two.
It'll go to either Eric Price or Johnny Reno. But still, an impeccable game as the player of the game is, well, let's see who it is. Player of the game honors for tonight. It's gonna go to K. Marion, the wide receiver. She had an excellent night. Over 150 yards and 25.2 yards per catch.
Perfect. Perfect solution. I'm happy to see that's where it went.
But with that, everybody, thanks for tuning in to the SFLm on YouTube for tonight's clash. I'm Jack Brown, and alongside Ryan Yosef and Robert Johnson in the stats truck, we say so long and have a fantastic weekend.